Playful, quirky, witty, elaborate, and vibrant, Woo Kukwon and his work demonstrate the equivocal coexistence of reality and fantasy, a notion called upon by the artist to seek the truth in humanity. Born 1976 in Korea, Woo's childhood experiences exposed him to heavy issues of life and death at a far too early age. It pushed him to escape from reality and into a fantasy-filled, imaginative world. Growing up, however, he discovered that even these seemingly beautiful fairy tales embody hidden cruelty, urging Woo to once again reinterpret the world. Philosophy and religion, these became topics that Woo investigating deeper. To understand the beauty can also coexist with death. Since then, Woo's work have evolved into canvases that often features theological characters and iconography, but more often symbolic. Handwritten quotes on the edge of his works will help the audience to discover his witty messages. Woo's visual language is also intense, using his unique revised form of impasto to build up thick layers of painting, resulting in a rich, dynamic, yet extremely stable form to complement the heavy topics about self-consciousness. Carnival is Woo's first prominent appearance in Hong Kong. The term carnival as an ancient ceremony was believed to prove an opportunity for one to reconstruct the inner order through divine means. Analogically, the exhibition explores Woo's autobiographical growth and self-transformation through his latest paintings. The exhibition begins at the Gardens of Eden with humans portrayed in their purest state. Before mankind tasted the forbidden fruit, there was an innocent as babies sleeping in their cradle. However, it is a rite of passage of a person to break away from innocence and face the rugged paths of life in order to grow and build their own world. Le Carnival de Animaux describes the famous subject of Noah's Ark. On board, saved animals are drinking and dancing merrily, with the intense happiness and chaotic violence coexisting in the same image. The scene becomes quite ironic. However, when it's placed next to another painting, Tick-Tock the Crocodile, a creature from Peter Pan who allures people back to a world where time doesn't exist. Such a juxtaposition gives us an opportunity to reflect an attitude towards death. One optimistic, free from fear, another hopeless, anxious toward a doomed destiny. In another work by Peter, he wrote, "All children except none grew up," an altered version of the opening line of Peter Pan, in accompany with a scene where Peter Pan himself, the eternal boy, is being sacrificed. Woo is conveying that death can be also symbolic of an ending to the former, younger, more naive self, vivifying a new self and completing the ritualistic circulation of life and death as a ceremony through the concept of rebirth. Woo's incorporation of himself into his own paintings, in particular, a blue-faced woman with beauty represents his anima, the unconscious feminine side in a man, and reveals his innermost feelings. As an observer to the carnivals, the woman is struggling internally whether to contain Woo's himself to norms and restraints, or free himself to liberation, directly referencing the philosophical concept of Apollonian-Dionysian duality. Through art, Woo is not only just embarking on a journey to unveil his subconsciousness, but also guiding us audiences to study and embrace the depth of humanity. Nowadays, as carnivals cease to be religiously connoted, Woo continues to employ them to remind us in questioning the meaning of existence. His works give us audience an unprecedented opportunity to re-establish our experience and to recognize how significant the growth of self-consciousness.